So I just wanted to come out here right now and talk to you guys about the importance of. Let me start off by saying, starting the business of business, I always knew I wanted to create something that's it's essentially like a family within the business, right? And what I mean by that is everyone is united, everyone is happy within there. Like, I've worked at a lot of corporate jobs, right? Like, whether it be, I've done like cook, I've done stocking, I've done a warehouse, I've done finance, I've done sales, I've done so many different things, and in all those positions, well, the only one that actually felt like a family, almost a little bit, kind of like that, was when I was working a little bit of a finance, because it was sales, and they're really motivating, but it got like too pushy, and that's why they kind of have to be like that. But I wanted everybody that's working within the business to actually love it, to have a community that they do things together, whether it be something like, one thing that I know that we want to do within the business is be able to travel to where our editors are, right? And meet them, give them bonuses, actually like get to know them, not only virtually but actually on a personal level, almost see what they're like, right? Because that's what's ultimately going to create that connection amongst you and the people that are working. I don't want to say for you, but with you, because at the end of the day, we're all in this, not rat race, but in this world, this community, we're all striving towards our own goals, towards whatever it may be, right? You're all working together, right? It's very hard to do things alone. No one can say they've done absolutely everything, taken every single step alone without guidance from someone, or without having looked up to someone else in life, you know? And so where I'm going with this is that within this business, I want to do everything together. I want to hold retreats. I want to hold get together, whether it be something like, I don't know, a race. For example, someone like Iman Gadzhi is actually the correct way to pronounce it, or Daniel Dalen, right? He hosts events where his team comes together and they do like these fitness challenges throughout the year together. It could just be a retreat where you have fun together and then also work, right? When we get together for these retreats, yes, there'll be moments of enjoying, but there'll also be those moments where on those same retreats where we actually get work done, where we're planning things for the business to grow, right? Where we want to see improvements, where we want to see where we can improve to make life better within the business for everyone that we're working with, that we have in the business, right? Whether it be editors, our virtual assistants, our videographers, whoever it may be, whatever position and importance they hold in the business, from small to large, everyone should be treated as an equal, in my opinion, right? And it's not very commonly said and done in business, and I think especially in these very, very large corporations, right? And as we grow, that's one thing that we want to maintain within the business. The reason that's important is because that is what creates that sense of belonging. Without you feeling like you belong there, and without your needs being met, without your voice being heard, you're not going to want to be there. You don't want to, even if it's your friend circle or your family, if your voice isn't heard, if you don't feel understood, you're not going to want to be there. Or not even just not want to be there, you don't want to necessarily, you don't feel importance, and you need to feel important where you are, right? Whatever value you bring to the table, it needs to be understood, and the value should be felt of yourself there. And that's something we have always strived. That's something that we've always wanted, and it will be done, right? And so for anybody that's out there creating a business, I think that's a very important aspect to follow, especially you being the owner. Yes, a lot of the burden, a lot of the downfalls, everything has to be handled by you. But that's not to say that all these other individuals that weren't there during the beginning stages, or were the founders or shareholders, whatever it may be, it does not mean that they don't see that, right? If you show them that you care for them, that you value them the same, that you don't see them as less because they weren't there during those times, or are there during those times, it doesn't mean that they're less. They're bringing their expertise to the table, and without them, to be honest, no business can be built. And that's what I meant by saying that you cannot create something solely on your own. There's multiple positions that need to be filled, and without those positions being filled, your business would be non-existent. And if it were existent, it wouldn't have the capacity to grow and scale. So that's just one thing I wanted to come out here and say, that make sure that's done, because I felt that, and I know many other individuals feel that they don't belong, and it's very important, I feel, to have that within your, whether it's your business, or even if you're working for someone and you hold a managerial position or whatever. Always strive to give that to the individuals that you're working with. You see these individuals on a daily basis, you spend a lot of your time with, right? Growing up, it's friends. In school, it's friends. Your family's, oddly, the least amount of time you spend. When you look at your entire lifespan, you don't really spend that much time with it. They're the people that come down to, at the end of the day, like your home. But your second family is almost always going to be your workplace. So treat them well, create a community, create a second family almost, and grow with them. But that's about it.